Okay. David, thank you.
Absolutely.
And it's the truth. When I was on the GMA board, and remember when we were over in that Michael W. Smith building? Does anybody remember that, John? John Steele, you were probably president then. And I had on my GMA board of directors badge, and he's the only person that came up to me and said, I see you have a badge for GMA. You're pretty important. And I agreed. And he said, would you listen to my CD? And honestly, I was taught as a publisher, don't ever do that in front of anybody. That's their child. You can't get closer to a person than their song or their singing. And so, but I liked him. Look at him. And I thought, I'll take my chance because I'm leaving and going in my car for a meeting, and I'll listen to it while I'm gone. And I listened, and he was good. And so when I got back, he was standing by the door, and he said, did you like it? Or maybe he didn't even be that forward. I doubt if he said that. But I said, what else do you do? And he's the only person I've ever said that to. But he's very handsome and he talks good. So I figured everybody in this room has one of those. Is that a good answer? You got all this competition. What else do you do? And he said, well, hold on a minute. And he ran out to his car and he had a booklet of pictures he had taken of the heavens and a booklet of pictures he had taken, and either one, which you excavate in Israel, and you do.
Both the heavens and the earth. You can't look up there without seeing design, with complexity, with God's fingerprints, right? But then when we stick a spade in the ground, we're uncovering things within archaeology and the microscopic world that show the exact same patterns that we've seen in the cosmos, which means that there has to be a common designer. We're not just cosmic chance.
Isn't that awesome? And I said, well, nobody else here has this, so I'll make a meeting with you. And are the Millers still here? Tina and Philip Morris, I called on them. And I said, I found somebody really neat. And we need some other things in our business to draw attention to, not just singing, but we need to have comedians and we need to have other things. So we brought them in. I brought him to some SGMG meetings and the GMA meetings and tried to get some interest. And I got some there, and he got his own show on TBN. So he was on TBN, and Paul Crouch, it was his last time almost to be in the building, and then he passed away, and he endorsed him. I watched it. He goes, oh, this is great. And how long are you on there?
I think 8 or 9 seasons, 9 years on TBN.
Is that not something? And yeah, go ahead. And so me and him met with Jan Crouch, and on the slideshow that we never could get to work.
It's playing in the lobby right now.
Oh, it'll be on the lobby. Me and him and Jan Crouch, and she's made up fit to kill. And I look real Christian. But we graduated from the same high school, and she always loved me, even though she was quite a bit older. She must be 90 now. And so we had a good time, but they thought the world of this young man. And then, I'm just going to tell you this part. I won't make this as long as it should be, but they lived out there in Louisville. And they, a building that had been the main market store in that town had to go under because Walmart came in. And this young man bought that building. And I went out there to see it and to look at the heavens through his telescopes, which, are you going to show them any of that tonight? Because you got to go see it. What do you?
They were out there.
Yeah, my grandson. Yeah. And so we were out there. And so another thing that he made me teach him, now believe me, he's in this big building. You would think he knows this, Facebook. He would go, you taught me all this other stuff. Teach me Facebook. And Facebook really is our age group. So he'd get me on the phone. He will not give up till he really knew how to do Facebook. And so that being on TBN caused him to get the Christian schools watching him. They made class time to watch this David Rives. And so when he had that building, all of a sudden he was selling product. And he made a deal with publishers. And I said, how much did it cost? He said, $80,000. And I said, where'd you get the money? And he went, Facebook. He turns nothing into something. You want to advise people like that, don't you? The Morses know. We kept saying, if you tell David Rives something, he'll do it. He'll really do it. And so the next thing I know, he's buying this building. And I put on an award show in here with SGMG. And you know who some of the winners were? And you never heard of them. The biggest artists we have right now. Daniel, what are they? Kim Collinsworth. I have to say Kim. I have to say Kim. And the first award they ever got was in this room. And he came up to me afterwards and said, I know you're the publisher of How Great Thou Art, and we're recording it. And that was how I met the Collinsworth, right here in this building, that. And then we had a few more, and then he bought this building. We'll be having a lot of things. I saw the Hoppers here recently, and there's a little place downstairs called the Gaslight Cafe, and he serves meals, and they have one-on-one. So there's a lot of things that's going to be helpful to gospel music right here in this building. So in lieu of presents, I've asked for people to give to the Wonder Center. So if you have a donation, it's tax deductible, then they have a donation button. So David, thank you so much. And we love you now. Rick, come up here. And I want y'all to meet the Lefevres. Where are the Lefevres? Summer, Peter Furler from the Newsboys, and your cousins, Scott Lefevre and Cindy Lefevre. Come on, all four of you, come up here to the front. This is the background of Southern gospel music. Come up here, and I want somebody to take our picture. I'm so tickled. I want you in it. Thank you. This is Summer, Mylan's daughter. Look at Mylan's daughter. Is she not a gorgeous girl? And Peter from the Newsboys. And they drove from Florida today to get here. And this is Cindy Lefevre and Scott Lefevre. And this picture was Rex Nealon's favorite thing in our house. And he said to me, don't ever let anything bad happen to that picture of the Lefevre trio. That is Summer's grandfather, Mylan's daddy, Urias Lefevre. And this is her grandmother, Eva Mae Lefevre. And this is Alpha's, Scott's daddy. And he's continuing to resurrect all the music of the Lefevres. And I'm behind him 100%. And so, come over here. Who's going to take our picture? And let's put this picture in between all of us. Come here. This is the background right here of Southern gospel music. Come on, anybody that want to take a picture, take it. Hey, we got a real photographer. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. And so tonight, Scott, because I know your heart is to do something, even though your grandfather and grandmother's on here, I know you would support me giving this to Scott Lefevre. Scott, may God bless you with all your desires to help Southern gospel music. To all the artists, I love you. Thank you to all the artists and everybody. Lady Love didn't go to the double boards last night because she's getting well from surgery for cancer. And Lisa, You and Ken are so unbelievable. That lunch scheme I put together, and you know, while they were sitting there having that lunch after I left, they discovered they had the same car with the same color paint. They ran out of anything to talk about. They talked, and I helped him get his engagement ring for Lisa. And then I had embroidery the day he was going to ask her at the altar at Christ Church to marry him. I said, well, you got to be able to save it. So I went to the mall and had it embroidered. Lisa, will you marry me? Ken.